Over the last few months, rather years, we've seen a massive increase in the number of yogis in the world. This is good in one aspect because it raises the entire consciousness of this globe. But digital yogis perform less and talk and show more. So, on today's episode of Lifestyle with Din, I, Dinkrit Sethi, will tell you how to not pretend to be a yogi and be an actual one. So keep watching, all of you yogis. Roll credits. So I put together 5 points to help you be a yogi rather than pretend to be a yogi or try to show off being a yogi. Because whereas the first part of being a yogi is of utter bliss, harmony and peace, the second part of showing off yourself as a yogi is just another ego practice, wherein your natural ego practices, which are the chase for greed, desire, money, wealth, power, fame, are replaced by a spiritual ego, which is the chase for a spiritual enlightenment. So to avoid this, please follow these 5 points. So the first point is keep it simple and regular. In our quest to show off ourselves as a yogi in this social media world, we will try to over-glamorize our practice. We will try to do complicated breathing methods, complicated asanas, and this will come in the way of our journey towards our higher self. So keep it simple. And yoga is a marathon, not a sprint. So if you're not regular with your practice, then you will never succeed. In order to pursue your higher self, you need a heightened level of patience and consistency. So be regular and keep your practice simple. After just finishing a 200-hour yoga course or maybe a 1-year degree, we have the itch to teach. We have the guru's ego. We want to spread ourselves. We want to be that messiah to people. But before you have walked the walk, do not talk the talk. The second point is walk the walk before talking the talk. Yoga is not only theory and practical, it is also experiential. So spend time experiencing things before you start sharing yourself with others. Everyone is in different spaces and dimensions of time. Everyone has experienced life differently. So merely giving your viewpoint to them is not enough. You have to coach yourself not only with the practices of yoga, with the theory of yoga, but also of being a guru to other people. So walk the walk and then talk the talk. So all of us are a byproduct of a capitalist society which lives on form rather than the subtle aspects of experiencing. In the case of yoga, people tend to over-glamorize asanas, over-glamorize pranayama and the Sanskrit words, the meaning of which is not only a theoretical one, but also an experiential one. So, please look at all the limbs of yoga other than these 3 limbs before you start calling yourself a yogi. Just wanting to perform yoga in terms of asana, in terms of pranayama, or having tattoos of gigantic Sanskrit words doesn't make you a yogi. Yogi is a very big word which comprises maybe the 8 limbs of the Ashtanga Yoga. Please find out the 8 limbs. I will attach a link to it down below. I believe social media is our friend whom we turn into an enemy. We try to impress others, whereas we just need to share our stories. So with your yogic journey, you can just share your story rather than trying to teach or wanting other people to do something because you feel it's right. So always when you're practicing yoga, it's always good to share your journey from maybe basic poses, basic breathing methods and how you progress. This doesn't have to be overnight success or an overnight handstand or a dramatic asana. It can be your very own pace, your very own fluid journey. And that is what magic is all about. Social media is all about sharing your specific journey and allowing others to make sense of it or not. Not wasting your own journey because you want a certain response from others. So Please, in the case of your yogic journey, you can obviously share it online, enjoy sharing it online, but do not try to gain appreciation because of it. Otherwise, you will be on the path of egoic spirituality, which is against the path of yoga. So as mentioned before, learning yoga will automatically give you a master syndrome. You would like to teach people, but just remember, until and unless you can't do something when no one is watching, until and unless you can't perform certain things when no one else is watching and progress on your journey without telling anyone else, till that point of time you are not a master. You will only become a master for others after becoming a master for yourself. And what matters most in becoming a master for yourself is to put in the hard work when no one else is watching. To put in that little 5 to 10 seconds of an extra time in an asana, to sit in silence for those extra 1 or 2 minutes when no one notices it. So to master this yogic way, you have to start with yourself, and then eventually you can share your blueprint with others. Finally, my friends, I would just like to say, give time to that which takes time. Yoga is a marathon, not a sprint, so be patient on your journey. Don't forego the bliss and beauty of yoga just because you have some egoic matters at hand. You want to become famous, powerful, and are chasing some sort of worldly enlightenment. If you're doing that, do other things. But if you want to grow as a human being, if you want to feel in oneness with your higher self, then get into this yogic journey and enjoy it to the full. I hope few people understand the value of starting off and moving forward on their yogic journeys, on their individual journeys, rather than doing it to show off to other people. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. If you want, you can like, share, and press the bell icon on my channel. That will help in terms of sharing this message of harmony and growth. God bless you.